How are we doing, everyone? Thanks for joining me back for episode 52. Let's hope this one we could get a fish. Who knows? Chances are low because I'm back on the Tench Lake. I've managed to get back on the point. It's Sunday. It's sort of mid to late morning now, so I've got a few hours in front of what I normally have, which I'm going to use wisely, but I will run through that in the vlog as we get going. But for now, let me spin you around, show you the lake, and let's get into it. And fingers crossed something could happen this time, because at some point I will catch one. Let's hope it's this vlog, eh? So I am at this stage at the minute, net and mat in the swim, back on the point, just having a look around. There's a few things I've thought about and sorted out and prepared, etc., which you'll see as the vlog goes on. But for now, I am just going to get my shelter up and get all the camp set up, because it's, like I say, it's mid to late morning Sunday, so I've got a few extra hours, which I'm going to use wisely, which you will see as well. But for now, like I say, there's nothing set up. It is going to be raining in the next hour, apparently. Sky doesn't look like it, but the weather forecast says it is. So let me get set up, and then we'll go through exactly what I'm doing and what the new master plan is, because things have changed. So I'll bring you back when I'm set up. So I'm now at this stage. You'll see distance sticks are out. Base camp set up, everything's in it. The old marker rod's out. That's really important for what's about to happen. Rods are on the rest, pointing in the directions they're going to be fishing, and there is some buckets with some bait, etc., ready to be applied to the lake. But I have done a clip at home, so I'll drop that in the vlog now. So I'm going to run you through my bait and my preparation and just talk you through what I'm doing, because when you see this, it will probably be Tuesday night. By the time you see this, all this lot will already have gone in the lake. It's Saturday now. I'm going back to the lake tomorrow, so that's Sunday. And I'm going to spread this over the course of 3 nights, because I'm fishing Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. So when you see the first vlog, which will be on Tuesday night, there's 2 more to come, and I'll be using this in the next 2 vlogs. So I'm going to run you through what I've got and what I'm going to do with it. Basically, I've got 3 tins of large sweet corn, a large tin of maize, a large tin of tigers, and a large tin of mixed particle. In a moment, I'm going to transfer that and that back in the sticky bag. But before I do that, I'll just run through what it is. In here, there is roughly 4 kilo of chopped and whole boilie and dumbbells. So we've got the chopped stuff is STICKYBAITS krill. That's been glugged in CC Moore Pro Stim liver. And then the dumbbells, if I can find 3 different ones. That one there is the Pro Stim liver dumbbell. That's a live system dumbbell, and that's a Pacific tuna dumbbell, all from CC Moore. And then there's a 15mm Pro Stim liver boilie, again CC Moore, and it's all glugged in the CC Moore liquid. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer all that back into there. Then I'm going to wash that bucket out. I'm going to pour all of those into that bucket. I'm then going to wash this bucket out and keep it clean and empty, so when I get to the lake, I can take a third of the contents of that bucket, which is all that lot mixed, put in there, a third of that bag, put in there, mix it up and put it in. And that's how I'm going to regulate it over the next 3 nights. So I know by the end of it, I will have put equal amounts in each night on the spots, and hopefully that's going to result in a fish. But now it's time to take you back to the lake and get on with the vlog. So now that what's in this bucket will make sense to you all. Now you've seen that little clip. So we've got there the old crumbed up boilie, whole boilies, dumbbells, etc. There's about maybe a third of the 5 litre bucket I've put in, about 1 kilo there. And then I'm going to put some of this in, which is the tigers, the maize and the sweet corn. I'm just going to scoop a few across, you know. I'm not gonna show you all going in, because well, why not? You know what, you lot like bait, or people seem to like bait. 3, 4, 5, I reckon 8 will be about a third. 7, 8, tell you what, yeah, look, 9, let's do 10. Okay, so I'm gonna do a bit of that, make sure I've got plenty of water left in there. That's a little tip. Always keep your particle in more water than it needs to be. Don't ever let the top bits dry out, because then they're no good. So that there, look at that getting mixed in there. You can see there's actually water in the bottom of that bucket as well. I'm just going to mix all that up now. Let the old boilie crumbs soak a bit of the old juice up, because it ain't bad, is it? It can't hurt. But that there is a very, very nice colourful mix. Bright, I know you're thinking, what's he doing on the tent stake with that lot? Right, the idea of the sweet corn and the maize and the mixed particle is hopefully to keep the tent occupied on that and leave the tigers and boilies alone for when the carp come in. Doubtful, I think they will eat the boilies as well, but I'm hoping that there's still going to be tigers left. So we're going to be fishing tigers. I'm not going to use my special hook bait ones. I'm just taking straight out of here because, again, people get conned with this. Why would you want to spend £8-9 on a little jar of hook bait, tiger hook baits, when just pick 3 out of the bloody mix? There you go. There's my 3 hook baits. They're going to get tipped with a piece of corn. That's it. So that is going to be the mix. Okay. That's ran you through the mix, what we're going to be using. I've already given away what we're going to be using as hook baits, which is going to be tigers. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to find my spots that I want to be applying this bait to, do what I need to do, and then I'll bring you back, explain what I've done, run you through it, and then I'll explain why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then we'll go from there. But for now, I've got a little bit of work to do, get it all sorted out. I'll bring you back when we're pretty much set, rigs tied up, and rods are ready to go in. I'm actually just going to sort of run through with you all what I'm doing. It is probably a bit risky because you could sort of semi-pick up where my spot is, but it is what it is, you know. If I turn up and someone's over there or in here, then I kind of know they've watched this and they've jumped on the back of it. So, yeah, shame on them. But this peg here, I mentioned it in maybe the last vlog or a couple back now. This is a really, really lovely big open peg. Behind me is the car park. So I could park pretty much behind here. Nobody ever comes in this swim. I've only ever seen one person fish in this swim, and he was a tench angler, and I don't think he rejoined this year. But over there, if I zoom in, that's right, old East Coast, that's where he is. And you'll see if I zoom you in again, there's a marker float. Right, let me bring you back out a bit slower this time. I've popped the marker float up on this side of the spot I'm fishing. It's quite a big spot, to be fair. It's not a hidden spot, people know it. But I'm fishing from the point to that spot. I've popped the float up to the back end, so it would be this peg's water side of it. And what I'm going to do is put a rod down here. Not going to be fishing. You'll see, look, it's just my normal end setup with just my lead on, and I'm going to now chuck out over to that float till I feel the lead hit the drop that I want to feel when I cast out. If I was to fish on this swim, I'm going to wrap it up under my line clip. I'm going to toddle my arse off back around there, and I'm going to wrap it around my sticks. Take note of how far the distance is. So if I decide that the fish are on that spot, I'm now going to put some bait on, and someone's in the point, well, I'm going to be fishing that spot from this side, which will be this water. I know what wraps is to that float now, so providing this is less than what it is from there, I can do what I want to do. If it isn't less, then this clip is pointless because I'll be fishing in the points water, which means I can't come in here and cast out there because I'm in their water anyway. So I'm going to get a rod out now, chuck it out, feel for the drop, get it wrapped up, go back round there, and then find out if what I think I can do, I can actually do. Or if this is a waste of my time. Who knows? I'll bring it back when we get back round there. I've had to bring you lot in the shelter for this one because it's now starting to rain as forecast. I think we've got about an hour, maybe 2 hours of rain coming, but nothing major. But I have come back round to the swim. So from over there, I've unwrapped it on the distance sticks thinking, here we go, here we go. I can tell you now, my master plan has already failed. Unfortunately, from that swim, it's 4 wraps more than what it is from this swim, and I'm already fishing like to the furthest point of the swim you'd want to fish. You know, there isn't a spot anywhere past where I am. So if I was to bait here, which I'm going to, but end up fishing it from over there, I'm actually in this swim's water, so I can't do that. So that's that plan buggered, but never mind, it was worth a try. I thought about it and thought, we're going to try it, we're going to see. Nothing ventured, nothing gained and all that. So unfortunately that doesn't work. So the plan is, my master plan part 2, or the backup plan is, if I can get on here, on this swim, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to fish the point as often as I can. If I can't, and Super Mario's free, we'll drop in there for the night. Start applying a little bit of bait on the 2 spots I've got in there. I know I'm sort of giving away what I'm doing to a degree again. If people jump on it, they jump on it, you know. It's shame on them, not shame on me. But that's what we're going to be doing. I also need to start preparing and finding a winter spot on here On the main lake, I don't need to. I already know roughly where I want to be in the winter there, but on here I don't really know where I'd like to be. What I mean in the deeper months of winter where it's colder, long cold spells where the fish are going to move into the deeper water where it's got the most heat left. I need to be positioning myself there and applying a small amount of bait, not anywhere near the volume I'm putting in now, maybe half a kilo every 24 hours, if that, maybe less than that, quarter of a kilo, just enough if they want to have a little feed, there's something there. So I need to find that in here at some point. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to get some bait out in a minute and actually get some rods out and use the extra couple of or few hours fishing time I've got. But another time when I come, we will be leading around and finding that. But I'll explain that when I get around to doing that in a future vlog. But if I can't get on here or in one up, then we're going to drop on the long lake, sorry, and just put a couple of bags out, short rig, ultra short rig, couple of bags out for the night and do that. So I've sort of got to plan what I'm doing, but predominantly I would like to be on this lake in this swim if I can. That is my number one choice. If I have choices driving through the gate, this will be it. So just putting you in the picture, but for now I am going to get myself out there, get the bait going in. I'm not going to film me spomming out or nothing because it's not really anything exciting, is it? But all that bait in that bucket is actually going to go on that spot. I was going to spread it between two spots. I'm not going to do that now. I don't see the point. I'm going to concentrate it on one area, and then on the left hand rod we're going to do something slightly different. But let me get the bait in and I'll bring you back when the rods are ready to go in and we'll actually get fishing. That's the old baiting sorted. So this bucket is now emptied. Just a bit of juice left at the bottom. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate half of this into there. So I'm just going to try pour some out. Pour a bit of juice in just to make it easier so I can see what's left. And then just scoop it over ready. What's in there? Let's put about 4, 5. That's 5. Oh yeah, maybe 10 was a bit ambitious then. Never mind. Doesn't matter, it's got it going in. So pour a little bit of that water back in there. There's plenty of water in both buckets, you'll see. I've actually got over here, there's about, I don't know, 2 kilo in there ready to go in. I'm not actually, I've got my little towel for drying my hand. I'm not actually going to mix that in there now, because what can happen is that can absorb all the water out of that and draw into that, moisten that up, but therefore start drying your particle out. So I'm not doing that. But that is what's going to be going in the next 2 days. So that bag will be empty when I go home Wednesday. Those buckets will be empty and it will have all gone in the lake. By the time you see it, the damage will have already been done, because you'll be seeing this at 6 o'clock on Tuesday night. Tuesday night will be the final bucket of bait going in. So yeah, that's happy days. The left hand rod, I have actually put 3 spons, only 3, over on that area where we was on the spot that I thought was a really good spot that isn't a really good spot. But I am still going to put this rod on it tonight. You'll see the rod set up. That's got the solid bag set up we had on in the last vlog. It's staying on, but the double corn is going to come off, and I am going to have a tiger nut with a piece of corn on in the solid bag on that rod. The other rods, I may as well show them while we're doing the clip, because then we can get going, can't we? Again, the old 18 KORDA contour fluorocarbon line, which I say pretty much every vlog. Still got the 50 centimetres of dark matter tungsten tubing. Still on the running clips. Still on the 3-ounce flat swivel pairs with a size 8 quick change. So all that's really changed since last time being on here is I've lengthened the rig tubing on those 2 rods. And on that rod as well. They've just another 20 centimetres. It probably makes no difference whatsoever, but they're all 3 new pieces of rig tubing, and I'll just cut them up into 3. It says you get 2 metres on each one. Well, I divided mine by 3 and got roughly 50 centimetres. That doesn't add up to 2 metres to me, but maybe my measurement's out, my estimation's out. But yeah, that's about 50 centimetres. Could be 60 maybe, who knows. Anyway, in 2 bloody metres. So yeah, I think I've been shortchanged in that one. But for now, I'm just going to pack all this away in the van, get those moved, my little spod station, get my bivvy set up. We'll get some rigs baited up, and we better get them in, because again, we're a long way in and we're in cast out. But I'm just keeping people up to date what's happening, and you seem to be liking it. So thank you all for your feedback, and I'll see you when I'm going to cast in. So I'm just sorting rigs out. This one I've got to rig up, ready to put in the bag. But before I do put it in the bag, I will just show you. I've gone for just a single tiger. No corking, no balancing, no nothing. I've changed the rig as well. You'll see like the tungsten shot that was on it, that's gone. Super sharp on that hook up. It doesn't really look it in that clip, but trust me, that is, like, you'll see, mega sharp. Lead set to dump on the take. No tail rubber again, just a silicone mud sleeve, so that allows the lead to dump on the take. That's going in a solid bag, so I'm going to get that one tied up. That's going to go in that spot. On my other spot there that I've just baited, the tufties are diving down, so they're going to get a lead through on the heads any second when we cast in. Rigs wise, they're ready to go. So we're having tiger nut with a piece of fake corn on each one. The hook link, someone said, oh, what hook link is it? It is KORDA N-Trap Soft. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what I was using, but you'll see there's no break in the coating. It's a coated braid on it. There's no break in it. It comes straight out the tubing onto the braid. That stops any kind of tangles, and I think it flips the hook quicker, especially with a bottom bait. It does flip the hook quicker. So they're just going to go out there. No PVA bags, no nothing. They're not going to tangle in flight. The bait's going to kick away from the lead when it hits the deck. So simple, easy fishing, because I expect to be recasting one of those at least once during this session, because I think we're going to get tenched, but that's why my aim is if I fish tigers with longer hairs, hopefully the tench will just eat the particle, the corn, the maize, the chopped boiling, that, and they'll leave the bloody tigers alone, because that's the hardest bait to get through. And hopefully the carp will come along and have that, because that ghosty definitely did show on the corner of that willow in that clip where you, or some of you mentioned. So thanks for pointing that out, because I didn't see it and I wouldn't have watched it back if you hadn't. So that has made me keep putting bait on that spot now. So for now, let's get the rigs on the rods, let's get them in, and then we're getting the bloody kettle on, because we're way into this vlog. So apologies, it's going to be a long one. Let's start with the right hand rod for a change this time. Now we'll get the middle one out, then I'll tie the solid bag up then. And now it's time for the left hand rod. I'm going to show you that solid bag, because I'm pretty proud of that one. Look, that is a good solid bag, so I'm definitely getting better. Just stood here watching. Look at this master fisherman over there. Bet he catches more than I do this session. Cheers all, we've finally got the first coffee of the vlog. I've only been here for 4 hours, but I have been doing bits and preparation, and you know me, dragging my heels. But we're fishing about 4 hours earlier than I would have been if I was working, so that's 4 extra hours of opportunity and chances. Maybe putting the bait in's killed the spot off tonight, and it's going to put me straight for a blank. Who knows? But the important thing is there's bait going on it. So, and variety, not just boilie this time, there's variety now. I've got like 3 or 4 different hook baits I can present, so that's happy days. While I'm on this clip, as always, I will just say a massive thank you to you lot for supporting the channel in whatever way that you do. While I'm making this vlog, I am less than 10 subscribers away from 3,000, which is mental. That was like where I'd like to be at Christmas time, maybe, if possible. It seems like in the next few weeks I'm going to click over to 3,000. So if you are one of those people that has clicked subscribe, honestly, thank you very much. And if you haven't, or you're new, please have a look and consider it. It is free. There's no contract. You just become a subscriber by clicking subscribe. And if you change your mind and think we're bored of watching this bloke now, just click it again and you unsubscribe. It's that simple. Also, I keep forgetting to mention the bell icon. If you click the bell, it will tell you whenever I release a video. But to be honest, my videos come out, if there is going to be one, at 6 p.m. in the evening. So if you look on that 6:05 and I haven't put nothing on, you're not getting nothing that day. That's the easiest way to explain it. And I think you can only click the bell by being a subscriber. So that's not me saying, oh, you have to be a subscriber to click the bell. I think that's how it works on YouTube. But if you don't want to do that, if you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up or something at some point, or every now and then maybe leave a comment, that's really, really appreciated and really does help. And if you don't want to do none of the above, you just want to watch and enjoy the content, thank you. You're still supporting me in that way as well. So whatever way you do support me, thank you very much. And while I'm also on this clip, let me put my coffee down. Just in case anyone is after a new book or a winter read with the bad weather coming, we're going to be bivvy bound, or you might be at home not fishing. If you're interested in a book, I can highly, highly recommend this. I'll openly say I've not started mine yet. I've had it about 2 weeks now and I haven't looked through it because I'm waiting. I'm not a reader. I have to sort of like be in the right moment. Like this afternoon, it's too rushed to start reading now. I need to be sat there relaxed and then I'll read. Some people read like that. I have to build myself up to it. But getting back to a book, good friend of mine, met him a few years ago on the Woolpack. This is his book. It's called An Endless Search by Dave Little. It's been out, I don't know how long it's been out now, not long. I've had mine a couple of weeks. Managed to actually go to Angling Direct in Peterborough yesterday. He works that weekend, and say, right, come on mate, let's have your signature on it. I needed some bits from the tackle shop, so while I was in there I thought, you know, I'll take my book, get my signature done. So that was cool. In case you don't know who Dave Little is, 2 things that might help you recognise him. Firstly, I said to him, come on, let's have a quick selfie outside yesterday before I left, so I'll chuck that on there for you now. And just in case having a selfie with the old East Coast surfer doesn't put him on the podium of fame and stardom, check out on YouTube ESP's latest video. The latest release they've done, that's Dave Little. It's awesome watch. I watched it as soon as it came out. Lots of memories for me there, not being there, but just stuff he's talking about on the Woolpack. That's where I met the bloke, and just stuff he's relaying back like from years back. It was just memories. So if you're interested in finding out about the Woolpack, St Ives, river carping around Cambridgeshire, I'm not sure what else is even in the book. I haven't looked through it. He's a very, very good carp angler. Does a few shows, etc. I'll just show you the book one more time. That's my little sort of sales bit done that isn't sales. He is me mate. He's a genuine bloke. If you're interested, I guarantee it will be a really interesting read. So that's that. I did say to him yesterday, do you mind if I mention it in my vlog? And he said, do what you want, mate. I will just point out, just for people I did pay the full price online for the book. I didn't get given it to do a little bit in my clip or nothing like that. I bought it just like you lot. Because I know it'll be a good read, just when I can get my head into reading. But for now, I'm going to get my head into that coffee, and then we're going to get some food on, because we've not had a burn up yet, and it's early afternoon, so as you can imagine, I'm starved. So I'll see you with the first round of burning, because there is 2 rounds. So round 1 of today's burning is 5 scrambled eggs and some cheese. Broke a load of cheese up in there once the scrambled eggs cooked. Mixed it all around till it's melted, so all them eggs are covered in melted cheese. So that is super duper high protein. That is round 1. Food was absolutely lovely. Don't worry, round 2 of the burning will actually be some proper burning, so hang on in there, people. I must have had about 4 tench roll over that baited spot on the middle and right hand rod since I've baited up, which is good, because let me just fish in there. They're doing what I want them to do. The small particles is getting the fish in there and active and moving, and might catch the old carp's attention, and they might come over and be like, right, let's have a bit. Hopefully that's the plan. I'm going to try use the fish in here to my advantage. Instead of thinking they're working against me, I'm now going to start using them to try and help me. So that's my plan. There's an owl. Just have a listen. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the owl's already doing it. See if it does it again. Don't know if you heard that or not. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What's the bloody owl doing out? He's a bit early. Normally hear that in the dark, but there you go. Just show you, I've actually pulled some water out in my bucket. Can you see the stuff floating on the actual water here? And it's all still in the edge. Let me zoom you in. If we have a little walk round, still got all that floating on the surface of the water. And it's sort of, it's actually in the water. If I put you in at an angle, let's zoom in, it's actually like through the column of the water. Yeah, don't think that's helping the fishing situation, but it's that time of year, isn't it? You know, fish seem active, healthy enough. They're not sort of sat there gasping for oxygen, and I think they're moving around. And yeah, don't really think it's playing much of a part other than it's my lines. It's collecting all on the line, so this fluorocarbon, it's not particularly invisible anymore, is it? Not with all that stuff stuck to it, but never mind. But I'm just going to enjoy my afternoon. Go into the evening, probably bring you back for next clip will probably be the burning, unless we get picked up by a tench. But just sort of stood here having a look this way. There's been no fizzing. Noticed no fizzing today since I've been here. So, not sure. Have conditions changed? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to have a chill on my bed, and I'm actually going to have an hour reading my book. That's what I'm going to do. Hopefully the old wind eases off just while I do this. I'm just going to quickly point out episode 50. I did have it pointed out to me. My outro clip sort of is twice. I'd done one clip and it wasn't right, and I sort of ended it and then started a secondary clip, and it appears I've put both in. So you've got sort of a double outro ending to episode 50, but it is what it is. You know, it's not professional. I don't make up. I'm a professional editor. I just put clips together, throw them on a video and show you what's happened on my session. As for this session, I haven't picked the book up. I've decided no, I'm going to wait until I'm in a better, more relaxed, longer time period so I can enjoy it. I don't want to get a few pages in and have to put it down because, yeah, I think it's going to be quite a thrilling sort of read. When I get into it, it's going to be, yeah, I don't want to put it down. Bait situation, the tufties are on me. I've got 4 tufties diving down. I'm not bothered by that in the slightest. Some people get out and start throwing spoms, leads, tufty torches and all that. It doesn't bother me. I've actually seen a tench roll in the middle of the tufties. When the tufties have come up to the surface, a tench is rolled over in the middle of them all. So the fish aren't bothered by them. It's normal. Tufties and ducks diving on your spot, I don't think it pushes the fish away. If anything, it might catch the curiosity and bring them in. So I don't really think it's a bad thing. But for now, I'm going to carry on just chilling out on my bed looking at the lake. But I just thought I'd clear the old outro clip up. I am aware of it. It's staying in the video. If you've seen it, you've seen it. You probably won't see it again. And if you haven't, you should really be watching it before you're watching this one. So I'll bring you back when something happens. So nothing's really happened. The rods have been out probably 3.5 hours now. I think it's nearly 6 o'clock. I think it was 2:30 when I got them in, something like that. 2 o'clock, I can't remember exactly. Nothing's happened. The tench have stopped showing. The tufties have gone. All the bird life's gone. Nothing's diving over the spot. You can see the old clouds are a bit, well, I don't know, overcasty, but there's no more rain forecast my entire time I'm going to be here. So that's happy days. Down here, you might hear sizzling away, is round 2 of the burning, which is 3 minted lamb steaks tonight. Do quite like that. Come on, get over. Oh, that looks burnt that side. Yeah, that will keep you lot happy. So there is some proper burning in this one. So they're going to carry on cremating because they're nowhere near finished. I'm kind of expecting a tench run on the middle and right hand rod, one of those two, maybe on dark or an hour into dark, something like that. At least it's just a re-wrap and chuck it back out. It's a wide enough spot to land it on in the night time. Kind of hoping the left hand rod doesn't go, because if it does I'm going to lose a lead, and I don't really want to dump a lead for a tench. But just seeing how a solid bag works in here on the old short rig. Up to now, fairly well, it's caught nothing. But yeah, that's happy days. Anyway, I will bring you back when those lot are burnt, because I appreciate it's a long vlog. I've already started putting it together and we're nearly at 30 minutes now. It's not even got dark yet, but you lot say no, we like it longer than shorter. So thanks again for the feedback. It's you lot that are kind of helping me make the videos more viewer friendly for you lot to watch. So yeah, keep commenting, let me know what you think, how it could improve. I don't want to hear about this. This is near on perfection. People say they're a bit burnt. They're not even close to being burnt. Anyway, I'll bring you back when they are burnt. But again, thanks for the feedback, people. There we have it. Absolute burnt perfection. So you lot that are probably whinging about the old egg clip earlier, this one's for you. 3 lovely cremated minted lamb chops. Kettle is on. Get that washing up sorted. Like I say, we've got maybe an hour of light left before it's the older dark finish to the videos. People don't seem to mind that either. It worried me that, yeah, sort of like the last sort of third of the videos are normally all in a head torch in the darkness. You don't seem bothered by it. So, yeah, happy days. We'll keep it going. But for now, I need to get eating this food because, yeah, I keep looking at it and I can't keep waiting. So, I'll bring you back when I'm all washed up and we're probably going into the evening. Don't think you'll see it up there. Let me zoom in. There's a squirrel that's just killed another squirrel and dragged it. Look at it. It's dragged it to the top of the tree. Look at that. What's all that about? Now he's gone in there. Who were? I could hear it. I sat in my shelter. What the bloody hell was that? Down here, I come out and it just, yeah, had older one and took him out, and now he's took him home. I know the grey ones kill the red ones. That's why there's hardly any red ones around. But didn't realise they kill each other. But clearly they do. Yeah, that's random, isn't it? That's your squirrel update. Fish front update. Nothing. Tufties are buggered off, so that's nice. I think there is only one other person on the complex who I know. I see him come through and have a walk round. Believe he's maybe gone in the car park on the main lake because everywhere else is free. So why wouldn't you go in there? You know, like every swim on the whole complex is free apart from the one I'm in. So that is an obvious choice. A car park for people that like fishing the main lake, which is good. So 2 of us on Sunday night, end of September. Crazy. Anyway, that's going to be me for the night. If anything happens, I'll bring you back and let you know. If it doesn't, I'll probably see you for a morning update in the dark. Well, just into darkness. There you'll see, sitting in there. Little tenchie resting, you greedy little shit. Right, I'm going to get that unhooked to get it back. It's wiped that other rod out as well, so both rods have got to get recast, and yeah, we'll go again. That's both of those back out there now. The right hand rod went out perfect, first cast, bang on. The left hand rod, however, took 4 casts to get it back to exactly where I wanted it, so 5 casts to get the rods out. Not great, is it? But it happens. It's just on that light level where you can't quite see, but if you put your head torch on, it doesn't really make much difference. The bats are flying around. To be fair, the second cast on that left hand rod, when I cast it out, the bloody bat hit my line as it was going out, so I was like, well, that's that one ruined. Don't ever think I've had that happen, but yeah, tonight I did. So we've had the first tench of the evening. Both rods are back out again though, they are on the spots. Left hand rod, I don't want that to go really unless it's a carp because it's going to cost me a lead. But it's just a bit concerning that I've caught a tench on a tiger tip with corn when we've put all that boilie out there. Maize, sweet corn, tigers, all that mixed particle. We've put nothing around the hook bait whatsoever. There's no PVA bag, no stringer, no nothing. And it's took that bloody bait. Can you believe it? So have I been cleaned out already, or have they got through a lot of it already? They was rolling over it not long after putting it out. I reckon there was about maybe 1.5 kilos in total, maybe 1.75 kilos at the absolute maximum gone out on that spot. And to catch on and match the hatch tiger with the tip with the corn over all that lot. Have I just been unlucky, or have they really got through it that quick? Who knows? I think you can get away putting a little bit more bait in here than you can the main lake, because the head of tension here do clean it up. I don't think they clean it up as much in that other lake, but in here I might be able to up the bait level a little bit, but we shall see. Anyway, that is it. If anything else happens, you'll see it, and if it doesn't, I'll see you lot in the morning. Well, it's just nearly 10 o'clock at night. Tench number 2. Again, right hand rod on the tiger knot. Bugger. This isn't working out according to plan already, is it? I thought fishing the nuts, putting loads of nuts out, we get left alone. But that one, it's not even £3. I'll get him unhooked, get the rod wrapped up, and out we go again. So I've sharpened the hook up because the tension blunted the hook. I've re-wrapped the rod. I've set the camera up with a light on, so hopefully you can sort of see me cast that in the dark, because a few of you commented saying, I don't know how you get your rig back out at night in the dark. It's something you need to be confident in. If your wraps are the same as what they have been in the daylight, and you stood aiming the same way as you are in the daylight, when you do it at night time, the only difference is it's dark. The rig should land roughly in the same spot. It's just something you learn over time, and you just have to gain your confidence in. So I'm going to go out there now, probably make a right balls up of it. And this clip will be pointless, but who knows, I might get it right first time. Didn't quite land very well, that. That's the one. So a bit of the older torchlight talk. Like I say, that clip there is purely for the people who have asked for it, because more than one of you have said, how do you get back out on your spot at night when it's dark? Like I say, nothing changes. The distance you're fishing at hasn't changed, so the amount of wraps should be the same. The position you stand in should be the same, and the direction you're casting and aiming at shouldn't change. So nothing's changed. The only difference is you can't see the lead flying through the air at night. But if you're fishing a rig that doesn't tangle, or you've got a PVA bag on, solid bag, that doesn't even come into it. So that's something just to block out. It's the fact that you can't see roughly. When you're watching it go out, you can kind of roughly gauge when it's going to hit the clip. Over years, you kind of learn when you throw it out roughly when it's going to hit the clip, day or night, it doesn't matter. You can't, it's just something you pick up with experience. But try it in the dark. Like I say, cast to your spot. I wouldn't advise starting on fishing tight to like an island with a tree on, or a snaggy area or something. Try it more in open water, and build your confidence up, and then move to more difficult areas. The only reason I recast that, the first cast, it didn't land on the right spot. I'd cast slightly too far left, and I was on the softer area. I needed to go more right to be on the harder area. I think I'd even crossed the left-hand rod, if I'm honest. That's why I whipped it up and just kept going, because if I'd have sort of let the lead sort of bounce and drag through the water, I think I would have picked up the left-hand rod. I cast maybe 4 foot to the left too far. So that was my, error. But second time round, straight out, hit the clip right, felt the lead thump. That's it, we're on the spot. Can't show you in the daylight that the lines are going out correctly, because I'll be gone to work by then, but that's in the right angle. So it's all good. But for now, I'm going to get my head down, because like I say, it's just gone 10 o'clock, I think, now. Alarm's set for 5. Second tench of the session. Let's hope we don't get any more, but I fear at some point during the night I may well be woken again, but we shall see. Anyway, I'll see you either with another tench or in the morning. Just do a little clip. That is my head torch full power out into the lake. The fog has moved in on the lake now. Not the frost, like I said the other morning by mistake, the fog. So you can't see anything across the lake now. Never good conditions, that is it, but never mind. At least the rods are back out. I'm off skis to bed now. Let's see what happens. But yeah, as you can see, it looks really light close in here, but across the lake, yeah, you can't see a thing. I can bring you back. You can see that is the fog and mist blowing through there. Look at it. It's awful. That is a left-hand rod gone in there, another tench. But yeah, it just shows just out there. Look at it. Can't see a bloody thing, and there's me breathing, making it worse. But yeah, that's the left hand rod, that's the lead gone. That is another tench. That is a bigger one though, to be fair. That's probably getting on £5, that one. So I'll get it unhooked to get it back. But yeah, the left hand rod, that's not going to be going back out now, but it just shows you if I look at it, you can see it blowing through. Anyway, I'll get that fish sorted and we'll carry on. Good morning. I doubt you can see the steam from the kettle to the bloody fog and mist outside. It's awful this morning. Let's turn that kettle off. It is awful out there this morning. I definitely can't see the old lake. I can see the cup though, so that's happy days. Let's get that bloody thing filled up because we need that. Yeah, it's damp out there and it's cold. This morning it was meant to be quite mild. It's actually turned quite cold. If I sort of... Yeah, that's my breath blowing out. Everywhere's soaked, which is lovely. It is 5:10. So I'm going to have a quick coffee, start folding a few things up, have my second coffee and be out the gate within 50 minutes. The middle and right hand rod haven't gone off anymore, which is good. But every rod has done a bite, all to a tench. So a tiger with the corn and tiger without the corn, it doesn't really matter, the bloody tench have it. And it would appear that putting all the different items out and thinking that the tigers are going to be left last may not have been the case either, unless there is no bait out there. I don't know. It might have seemed a lot in that bucket. It really isn't, especially if these bloody tench have been on it. I imagine that most of that's probably gone, if not all of it, but who knows. Anyway, I'm going to have my coffee. If anything does happen during my last sort of like 45 minutes of fishing time I've got, I'll let you know about it. If it doesn't, I'll just bring you straight back for the outro, because I appreciate this is a little bit of a longer one than normal. So hopefully I'll see you with the carp, but most likely I'll see you to say goodbye. Well, unfortunately it's another ghost story outro in the old fog and mist this morning. I'm going to make it a quick one because yeah, it's quite dampening. I've got quite sort of damp and wet packing away, but everything's packed away now, all the kit's in the van. No more tench, no carp as normal, but that's nothing new, is it? And that's me. I'm going to be off to work now, so I will be back later after work. If we end up on here, we will end up on here. If we don't, I'll see you on Super Mario, and if we can't get in there, I'll see you on the Long Lake. But until next time, thanks again for watching. Don't forget the old thumbs up, subscribe and all that business. And if you're out and about in the bank, I hope you're being a little bit more lucky than I am at the moment. But until next time, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.